Hey, welcome to another edition of Garage Pros. We're inside our 06 Camry here, which has some miles on it, both literally and figuratively. You have to figure over the years there's been a cup of coffee or two spilled and maybe a sippy cup that has tumbled from a car seat. Also, of course, we've got ink stains, and my favorite here so far, there's a pretty big rip that runs right along the seam on this front seat. So that's where the people of Coverking come into play here. They've got fantastic seat covers. Really, they've got a great line of a lot of different things at Coverking, from dash covers to car covers to seat covers to carpeted flooring and the whole works. But what we're going to do is go with, this is an interesting material here. This is a leatherette. It looks like a full grain leather here. You actually can get a leather version of this. You can get neoprene, but this is going to be great because any kind of a spill or anything like that on here is going to pretty much wipe up pretty simple. And speaking of simple, take a look at how this all goes together. Now this is the seat portion, the bottom seat portion of this front seat. It just clips, simple as that, underneath the seat. It's a pretty easy install, something you could probably do in the driveway. Now, anytime we work with material like this, whether it's a tonneau cover or anything like that, normally we would say do it outside so you can lay these out in the sunlight for a little while and makes them more malleable, a little more easy to stretch and use. But today, because we're inside, we're just going to wrestle it around and do the best we can. So let's get moving here and take a look at what we've got going. All right, so we've got our seat bottom here. Pretty simple. It just looks like it's supposed to be where it's supposed to be. And in a situation like this, there's going to be a little bit of trial and error in most cases. You're going to want to set it in, get a basic look at it, and it really, I mean, from the factory, these things are specific for this 06 Camry. And it looks like it just settles in pretty nice for us here. We've got a number of different clips that we'll be able to use to secure it once we get it in there. But really, what it comes down to is hook and loop on the back side of it. And we've got those clips I showed you earlier that ultimately settle it in there. So that's what we'll do. All right. So we'll work this down in here. And it's actually a pretty simple process. It's just one of those things that's going to take a little while to get it exactly where you want it to be. All you have to do is just make sure you get your connectors all the way back and underneath on the other side of the seat, and it'll look like it was put in there from the factory. All right, so we've got the seat portion, the bottom seat portion of our Coverking car cover or seat cover here already in place. Looks pretty good already. It'll eventually, with heating and cooling cycles, tighten down on its own, but we've already strapped it in and used those connectors that I showed you earlier. So it's in and it's ready to go. Now, for the back part of the seat, the people at Coverking, when I was at SEMA last year, actually taught me a little bit of a trick, a secret to life, a trash bag, believe it or not, for putting the back portion of this in here. So what you do, come over here and you take a trash bag and put it down over the top of the seat first. Then you take your seat cover, I'll work inside here, take it right down over top of the seat. Look how easy this slides down on here, right? Perfect. Then once that's down there, you just take the plastic bag and you pull it out piece by piece. It's real simple. That way, whenever you get in, it doesn't sound like you sat on a bag of potato chips. But how about that? So cool. And it's the same basic idea. You got a hook set up in the back there. You tuck this underneath, and there's also a hook and loop thing where you can actually put it together, tighten it down, push it even a little bit farther. You put the wrap around the top of your headrest, and next thing you know, you are all set. You got yourself a nice set of what looks like brand new seats in your 2006 Camry or whatever vehicle you have to be particularly working on. Coverking has it all for you. Just click around the website here. We've got every opportunity you could possibly need to get a hold of a Coverking piece. Simple enough. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Garage Pros. I'm Mark Nolan.